So I injured my back when I was 22, shortly after I was married, and they wanted to do back surgery. And I just knew that if I had the surgery, I was going to die. That's your soul giving you a heads up, that knowing. And I put it off for as long as I could. I put it off for 5 years until they told me I had no choice. And I let my family and everybody know before I went into the hospital. I said, listen, I'm going to die. And they're like, no, you're not. You're just afraid. I'm like, I'm telling you, I need to make sure everything's all set. And sure enough, the night before my surgery, I went into the hospital and they did an MRI test on me with a contrast dye. And I let them know that I thought I was allergic to this. I'd had it once before and I had a really bad reaction to it. I couldn't get off the table for hours. And they're like, oh, that's normal. Everybody has that reaction. And what do I know? I'm 27. I'm not the doctor, right? So as soon as they administered the dye, I died. And I never called it an NDE. In fact, I'd never even heard the term back then. I literally died. And, I have researched NDEs in the last couple of years for a TED Talk, and I've learned a lot of things about them. First of all, everyone is lumped into an NDE. So our soul, we are not the suit that sits here. We are the energetic being, the soul that's inside. And your soul is way too big for this body. Some of it's in your body, some of it is over your body that people can see, and they call it an aura. And the majority of your soul is actually in the lowest level of heaven, the fifth dimension. And it orchestrates all the timing of all the events that happen in your life. And it holds the knowledge of all your lifetimes as well. So the two things that you take with you when you die, I used to say it was love and knowledge, because for me, I was just overwhelmed with that feeling of love when I was on the other side. But I've since learned that we take with us all of our feelings as well as our knowledge. There are lots of people, still on the other side that have regret, remorse, anger, sadness, all kinds of feelings. We take all those feelings. So if something was going to happen, like if you were going to get in a bad car accident and it's not your time to die, your soul jumps out of your body. So your soul doesn't feel all that hurt. Okay. My youngest brother, when he was 16, was in a very bad car accident, and he remembers standing on the sidewalk watching the whole thing happen. And when the paramedics came, he went back into his body. It's called an NDE, near-death experience, not a death experience. My girlfriend was the same thing. She was side impacted through the driver's side window by a deer. And she thought, until she met me for the longest time, that she did something wrong and wasn't going to go to heaven, because she remembers her soul being stuck on the roof of the car. And she saw the deer's soul go to heaven, and she didn't. And when the paramedics came, same thing. She went back into her body, so she didn't feel all that trauma. So that's why everyone's lumped into an NDE. For me, it was a death experience. And again, everything's a little bit different for people that have that experience. Some people will tell you that they see a column of light, or they see a tunnel of light, or something like that. I did not see any of that. I was immediately gone. And I was in what I now have learned is the fifth dimension, the lowest level of heaven. And as I'm there, I started to get a review of my life. It's like sitting in the front row of an IMAX theater, and this movie is just playing out in front of me. And I had had a very difficult life, and they were showing me all the wonderful times in my life, the things that brought me joy, the people that cared about me and loved me. So I could see everything that was happening around me in the hospital. But as I'm watching this movie of my life unfold, I hear from behind me that it's not really my time. I can stay if I want to, or I can come back. It's my choice. And quite honestly, I was really considering staying. It was just amazing on the other side that you don't have pain, you don't have any weight to your soul. It's just pure energy. And I was overcome, feeling so much love. And then I remembered that I had 2 young children at the time. And I knew that the biggest reason that I was here to begin with was for my children, and then that they brought me the most joy in my life. And as soon as I made the decision to come back, I was back in my body immediately. And people always ask me, how much time was it? I don't know. They say that brain damage sets in at 3 minutes, but people have been dead for more than 30 minutes without it. And I know it took quite a bit of time for him to go over to my body, check me, go over to the wall, hit the button, wait for the crash cart to come down, inject the IV line with something, and that didn't do anything. Then they paddled me, that didn't work. They did it again, it didn't work. He tipped the whole table upside down, I assume trying to get the blood to rush to my vein, to my head. And he was slapping me, saying, "We can't lose you, we can't lose you." I'm not feeling anything because I'm not there. I'm just watching all this unfold. Then he put the bed back up. I assume they were going to probably try to paddle me one more time when I decided I was coming back, and I was back in my body in a second, literally. And when you think of quantum physics and the speed of light, the science behind all of this stuff, the speed of light is almost 300 miles per second. And that's the speed that my soul was traveling when I left and went to heaven. And when I came back in my body, I was traveling at that same speed. So my vibration is automatically much higher than most people. Talk about energy, vibration, frequency, they're all different words for the same thing. And I have the ability to go back and forth to that fifth dimension at will. And they allow me to go there anytime that I want or need to. My soul goes there. I've seen beyond there, but they've not allowed me to, for my soul to go beyond that point at this time, since I'm still stuck in this body. Enjoy this life. It's flickering. It's very, very short. As much as it is amazing on the other side, it's amazing here too. Realistically, color doesn't exist. It only exists for us because we're able to see it with our eyes. It's the reflection of things and how beautiful these colors are, right? There's a lot of people that are colorblind, can't enjoy that. Enjoy everything that this world has to offer you. Everybody can sit here and look for the negative side of things. That's real easy to do, but that destroys everything, all the beauty and everything you're here for. So look for the beauty and love in each other. Ask yourself, why is someone in my life? How can I help them? Because, realistically, we're all here to help each other. No one's an island. You can't learn your lessons without other people. You learn your lessons faster in relationship, and everything's a relationship. You're in a relationship with everyone.